Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Now in the front of the screen there's a question that is displayed on it, and that question is on the compound angle in trigonometry, right? Now the question goes like this. It said if sine A is equals to 3 over 5 and sine B is equals to 5 over 13, where A and B are acute angles, find without tables the value of sine A plus B, cos A plus B, and cot A plus B. So what you do is, let's take the first one that is telling us that sine A equals to what? 3 over 5. Right? Now what you do is, we are told it is an acute angle, right? So what you are going to do, we have this 4 cardinal point there this way, just little of it, and this is 0 degree, this is 90 degree, and we say acute angle are angles that are less than 90. What will happen? I'm going to just draw my angle this way. So this is the right angle triangle I'm going to get. It's acute, so it's less than 90, right? Now this is the angle here, the angle A. Now this is the opposite, and this is the hypotenuse. And we know sine is what? Opposite over hypotenuse. So sine is equal to what? Opposite 3 over hypotenuse 5. Because the 3 here is in the position of opposite, and the 5 is in the position of what? Hypotenuse. That's why I place them here. Now if you use Pythagoras theorem, applying Pythagoras theorem, right? Applying it says that what? The longest side square, the longest side there is 5 square, is equals to what? Opposite adjacent square, which is, we don't know what it is, we'll call it x, and that will be what? S square plus opposite square, that is what? 3 square. So 5 square is given as what? 25, equals to what? X square plus what? 9. So when the 9 is coming here, it becomes negative. So we have 25 minus 9 is equal to what? X squared. Now 25 minus 9 is 16, right? So 16 is equal to what? X squared. Now if I interchange it, x will now be equal to what? The square root of what? 16. It means our x is equal to what? 4, right? So we've gotten our x to be 4. This x here to be equal to what? 4. So therefore sine A is 3 over 5, right? Cos A, which is what? From the word car, as in CAH, that is adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. So from our triangle here, this is our adjacent, which is 4, hypotenuse, which is 5. That will be what? 4 over 5, right? So this will be 4 over 5. And our tan A, from the word toi, that is opposite over adjacent. So we'll go to opposite. Now this is the opposite, 3 over adjacent, that is 4. So we're having 3 over 4. This is what? 3 all over 4, right? So you do the same thing. If you look at the same question again on the screen, it says we should also look for what? Sine B. Now for sine B, also or similarly, right? For sine B, we have 5 over what? 13, right? So we'll do the same thing. It's acute, so I can easily draw my 4 cardinal point this way, and it's falling at this direction like this, right? And this is angle B. So this is opposite, which is 5, this is hypotenuse, which is what? 13, and this is my x, which we don't know, right? So we use applying Pythagoras theorem to say that the longest side square, that is 13 square, is equal to what? X square plus what? 5 square, right? 13 is given as what? 169. Then we have x squared plus what? 5 squared, which is 25, right? So let me put 25 here and remove this. When 25 is coming here, it will be 169 minus what? 25, right? And that will be what? S squared. So 169 minus 25 will give us what? 144 equals to what? S squared. So x here will now give me the square root of what? 144, meaning our x is equals to what? 12, right? So from here, what we're going to do here is this. Our x now is given as what? As 12, right? So therefore we should know that the sine b is equals to 5/13. Cos b is adjacent over hypotenuse, that is 12/13, and tan b is equals to opposite over adjacent, that is 5/12. So we say they are all acute angle. That means acute angle means they all fall in the first quadrant, right? They are less than 90, but they are greater than 0. So they are less than 90 or greater than equals to what? 0. So that's our acute angle. They are all positive. So we move to the next question. And if you look at the question again in front of the screen, we are told to look, we should look for what? Sine A plus B. Now if I'm looking for sine A plus B, right? Sine A plus B is a compound angle and it's giving us sine A cos B, if you expand, plus cos A sine B. Now what is sine A? Sine A from our question here is giving us what? 3/5. So we are going to input it. That will give us 3/5, right? Another bracket again, cos B. If you go back here, you have your cos B, which is what? 12/13. So cos B is 12/13. Plus cos A is giving us what? 4/5. 4/5. And sine B is giving us what? 5/13. That will be what? 5/13. So from here, 3 times 12 is 20. That will give us 36. 3 times 12 is 36. All over 5 times 13 is what? 65. Plus 4 times 5 is 20 over what? 65. Now if I look for the LCM is what? 65. 65 and 65 is 1. 1 times 36 is what? 36. Plus 65 here is 1. 1 times 20 is 20. So from here we are going to say that my sine A plus B is equal to what? 56 over what? 65. So this is my answer for that first question. Now the second one is telling us, look at the screen, we have cos A plus B. So for question 2, or the B part of it, question B, we see that we have cos A plus B. So whenever you see cos like this is how you expand it. This will give us cos A cos B, then the sign will change to minus sine A sine B. This is how you go about it. In cos, you repeat them, you read the cos and you repeat the sign, but the sign in between will change. If it's plus here, you have minus here. If it's minus here, you have plus here. But as we are dealing with sign, the sign will not change. Just like what we have here, that we have plus here, it should remain plus. So in sign, it maintains its sign here to be positive. So Now we move to the next one that we have. So let's see. Now cos A, if you look at our equation, cos A is given as what? 4 over 5. So I can put it this way by saying 4 over 5 into bracket cos B we have here, and that is what? 12 over 13. We have 12 over 13 minus sin A is given as what? 3 over 5, 3 over 5, and we have sin B is given as what? 5 over 13. So we have 5 over 13. So if you multiply 4 times 12, that will give me 48, right? All over 5 times 10 is what? 65, minus 3 times 5 is 15, 5 times 13 is what? 65. So if you look for the LCM is 65, so we're having 48 minus 15, that is 65 and 65 is 1, 1 times 48 is 48. The 5 and 65 here is 1, 1 times 15 is 15. So this is going to give us that the cos A plus B, cos A plus B will now give us 48 minus give you 33 over what? 65. So that is our answer here. Right? And the last but not the least, we have, look at the screen, the C part of the question is cot A plus B, right? So let's see how that goes. So for cot A plus B, we say that for cot A plus B is the same as saying cos A plus B over what? Sin A plus B. So for cot, this is we'll be having cos over sine, right? For tan, we'll be having sine over cos, because cot is the inverse of sine. Now, if we put our value, cos A plus B is what? 33 over what? 65. Now, divided by sin A plus B is giving us sin A plus B giving us 56 over 65. So we have 56 over what? 65. So when we change this sign to multiplication, it becomes 33 over what? 65 multiplied by 65 over what? 56, right? So from here we say 65 we equal 65, so we're left with what? 33 over 56. So my answer will be what? 33 over what? 56. So that's our answer here. So cot A plus B is 33 over 56. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.